Welcome to County Portal, your simple source for local government services and public records. Let's get started.
Have you ever looked at a California driver's license or ID card and seen the phrase "Federal Limits Apply" printed in the top right corner? It's a small line of text, but it has some big implications. So, what does it actually mean? In short, it means the card is not a real ID. After the 9/11 attacks, the U.S. federal government passed the Real ID Act of 2005, which established minimum security standards for state-issued identification cards. States had to update their IDs to meet these new federal requirements. An ID that meets these standards is called a Real ID, and it can be used for certain federal purposes. If your California ID says "Federal Limits Apply," it means it does not meet those federal standards and therefore has limitations on where you can use it. The biggest and most common limitation is for air travel. You cannot use an ID with "Federal Limits Apply" to board a domestic flight within the United States. When you get to the TSA security checkpoint at the airport, they will not accept it as a valid form of identification. You would need another federally approved ID, like a U.S. passport. Similarly, this type of ID cannot be used to enter certain secure federal facilities, such as military bases or some federal courthouses. However, it's important to know what this ID is still perfectly good for. It is a completely valid form of identification for all state-level purposes. You can still use it to drive legally in California if it's a driver's license, prove your age to buy alcohol, open a bank account, or interact with state and local government agencies. It is also valid for voting. So why would someone have this type of ID instead of a real ID? In California, residents can get this standard license without having to provide the extensive documentation required for a real ID, such as proof of legal presence in the U.S. This includes individuals who may not have a passport or birth certificate readily available, as well as undocumented residents under the state's AB 60 law, which allows them to obtain a legal license to drive. A California Real ID, on the other hand, will have a golden bear with a star on it instead of the "Federal Limits Apply" text. So, the next time you see that phrase, you'll know it's a standard state ID that works for most everyday tasks but has specific restrictions set by the federal government, primarily concerning air travel and access to federal sites. Thanks so much for watching. If this video cleared things up for you, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe